Friends, this is Yamnath once again. Today I'm going to discuss a very important article of the Hindu, that is the India-China relations. Today in Hindu there appear a very important article that China is going to construct a hydrological dam, a hydropower project on the Brahmaputra river. So before discussing and before coming to the point, I would like to tell you about the Indo-China relation in the brief. India and China share a very long history of friendship since ancient, and these two nations has the ancient civilization. India and China connected through the Silk Route from ancient time because Silk Route facilitated the spread of Buddhism to the East Asia. There were many Chinese pilgrims visited India during the ancient time, like Hien Sang and Fayan, and they made a big contribution in the literature of the Indian literature, and especially they spread Buddhism from India to other parts of the world. India was the first country to recognize China in 1915 as a nation, and India's modern relation with China starts in 1950s when India end its formal ties with that of Republic of Taiwan and recognized the sovereignty of China over Taiwan. So we will discuss all this topic in not in detail but briefly. I would like to tell you that India has a India and China has very big potential to contribute, especially in the Southeast Asia, because these are the two emerging economies and most fast developing economies of the world. Both the country are the most populous country, and that's why they have the potential to uh, utilize the energies and capacities of its youth. So let's talk about the article which has emerged in the Hindu newspaper today. So let's start. I would like to explain this article on the board so that you can have a better grasp over and you can understand it easily. So let's start without a further delay. Uh, so since we are discussing about the Brahmaputra river, because on the Brahmaputra river, China is going to construct a very big hydrological project. So this project will impact the relations with India as well as relation with Bangladesh, because this project also increased India to construct the similar type of dam on the other side of the border. So let's talk about it. This is Himalaya, which is about 2400 kilometer long. It is its width is larger here and shorter here because it is 500 kilometer width here and 200 kilometer here. Because in Kashmir it is wider and in Arunachal Pradesh it is narrower. So the Brahmaputra river, which originates from the uh, its source is this one. Source is Chema Yongdung glacier, which feeds the Brahmaputra river, and this river flows through the Tibet, which is the part of China. This run parallel to the Himalayas about 1200 kilometers, then finally enters into India at Arunachal Pradesh at Namcha Barwa Gorge, and then it runs almost 900 kilometers in India where it is called Brahmaputra. In Tibet it is called Yarlung, it is called, it has the different name. Actually, this river has the different name in the different location. For example, in the Tibet, it is called Yarlung Sangpo, and in India, it is called Brahmaputra. And when it finally enters in the Bangladesh, then it changed its name and is called Yamuna, and it finally drains its water into the Bay of Bengal. So it was the course of the river, and now we will discuss about the news that has appeared in today's The Hindu newspaper. So actually news was that China is going to build a hydrological project on the river Brahmaputra here. So China will collect water here. So in the emergency when unfortunately a war broke out between the two countries, which is the two nuclear power, then China can release those water suddenly and it can flood the areas of India here, and it can cause a flood flash. So India is going to construct the similar type of dam here in the Indian territory, and China is constructing here. So when China will release the water will be stored here. So it will have the minimum damage to the Indian territory. So what I would like to teach you and make you understand that India and China both are going in a wrong way, because these are the very this is very unstable area. This is the area which experience earthquakes, because it is in the zone 5th, which is a very high risk area. So both the countries should sit together and should refrain from such type of activities, so that they cannot take action which will result into the future generation will get damaged. So in the next, we are going to discuss that what the action should they take. They should also, this activity China is going to do because China has the targets of carbon neutrality. Because carbon neutrality refers to the balance between the carbon emission and carbon absorption in the atmosphere in the carbon sink. So China set its target to achieve carbon neutrality by 2060. That is, I have written here, 2060 2060. By 2060 China will achieve the target of net neutrality, while India as well as other countries like European Union have the target to achieve the net neutrality by 2050. So China has 10 years more, because it is most populous country, and it is area wise it is also a large country, so it sets its target a little longer and a little 10 years ahead. So carbon neutrality before 2060, and India has already working on the two project in the Arunachal Pradesh. That is, one is 600 megawatt Kamen project, and other is 2000 megawatt Subansiri River Lower Hydrological Electrical project. These projects are underway, and this project will result into the, because this can be said as a ovens, because China is building dam here and we are doing the same activity in on the other parts, because these parts of India is having the large population, and because Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Shillong, these are the parts with having the large population, they can get affected through these activities. So what I would like to make that clear here, that uh, Tibet Yarlang Sanso parallel to the Himalayas, and in this fifth zone, India should not start construction work, and India should refrain from all the activities. Friends, this was the first class, so I could cover only one topic of the Hindu. In the next class, I will try to cover all the topics. Since then, please like and subscribe the channel and keep us supporting, so that I can feel strengthened, confidence and energetic. In the next class, I will come up with more preparations, and in detailed topics, I will reappear in the next class. So see you. Have a good day.